Fleet's Journal. I find it difficult to stop moving. My dreams are dark and full of death, and my waking thoughts not much better. Somehow, moving helps. Keep moving, keep searching, keep fighting. It leaves less time for thought. It seems my mind is my greatest enemy these days. In the silence, it goes to the blackest places, and I look for distractions. What used to be distant memories rush back in vivid detail, forcing me to relive the horrors I'm desperate to forget. Why is this? Is this the work of the Dreadfather? What purpose could there be in making me re-experience the terror and pain of those days? This building conflict continually forces me to run on instinct rather than intellect. This could kill me if I'm not careful. Solstheim has been a welcome distraction, but even this place can do only so much. My head often throbs as if something were drumming on the inside of my skull. It's becoming impossible to ignore. I've not found any way to dull the pain, and I fear sleep. I've been here before. I'm not a stranger to this feeling. It happened at Avonshenzell. I thought it would kill me then, but somehow I survived it. This feels the same, but nothing that worked for me then is working now. What has changed? I cannot dwell on this now. I must push forward. I must attempt sleep. I cannot hope to defeat my enemies without it. Thoughts of Nefei are a distraction. I wonder about her health and her fate. Was it a mere fluke that she was nearly killed in my place? Or was it part of some sick prophecy? I cannot escape the feeling that I'm being toyed with. Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and you are watching Aranis Arcana, a Skyrim Let's Play. Welcome to Chapter 13, Part 3, Episode 90. 90. I can't believe I have made 90 of these. But that also means that we are a mere 10 episodes away from episode 100. And I have some plans for 100 now. I'm not going to divulge what those plans are, but we are on the march towards episode 100, and it'll be a big one. A lot going on, a lot of major things happening. Should be a lot of fun. This episode, however, is not episode 100. It is episode 90, and I think that this is going to be a good one. Here, let's help this guy out. March of the Dead, we have started. Freaking ash spawn everywhere. Die. Little miscue on the health there, but it's okay. Can never be too healthy, can you? Alright, one left. There we go. What are you talking about? We were victorious. Alright. We need to discern whether or not this clown is a threat. Seems okay. We will be cautious. Three dead ash spawn right outside the city gates.
Thanks.
Captain
I wasn't
Velith.
sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here.
What were those things?
Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them ash spawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Ravenrock and they need to be stopped.
How did that bring you to this old farm?
I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction.
I could lend you a hand for a price.
I think I could talk the Councillor into paying you, and I could use an extra pair of hands. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Ravenrock behind, and I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard.
Very well, where do I begin?
We were searching the farm when the ash spawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful.
All right. Let's have a look around.
Report back to me if you discover anything unusual.
Is it bad to loot his guards right in front of him? Okay. Ash spawn. Not much in that one. They drop a lot of ore, which is sometimes good. Ooh. Declaration of war. You would think that an ash spawn would burn up a letter if he put it in his pocket, but perhaps it is flame retardant paper. Let's have a look. Ravenrock Stronghold, my calls for the unconditional surrender of your forces and an immediate cessation of all hostilities has been ignored numerous times. I therefore have no choice but to assume your purpose on Solstheim is hostile and to treat Ravenrock Stronghold as an enemy empire. I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. I will do everything in my power to wipe you and your forces off the face of Tamriel. There will be no further communications between us. Sounds like a threat to me. General Falks, CRU-h, Garrison Commander, Fort Frostmoth. Well, maybe we give this letter to the guy. This seems like a clue. Captain Velith.
Have you found something?
I discovered this note on one of the ash spawn.
This is strange. The note says it's from General Falks CRU-h, but that's impossible.
Impossible? Why?
Well, CRU-h was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmoth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive.
What do you want me to do?
If General CRU-h is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmoth and check it out. I'm going to head back to Ravenrock and prepare the men for further assaults.
We can go to Fort Frostmoth, but we're not doing it now.
Be careful. This General CRU-h sounds out of his mind.
We finally made it back to Ravenrock, so we are going to go take care of some stuff. Pardon me. Little congestion. It is November after all. so you can be assured that the remainder of the episodes I produce between now and March will have a distinct nasal-sounding tone to them. Ooh. Ash spawn. See if we can help these guards. Remember, we are trying to get in the good graces of House Redoran, and they run the city, so can't be bad, right? For us to help out. I hit a guard, though. That was close. Come on, now. You know, the warriors have no respect for archers. They're always in your line of fire. There we go. Who's left? Yeah, they got him pretty well surrounded. Yeah. He didn't have much chance at that point. Let us finally get into Ravenrock. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for coming back to Aranis Arcana, to the story of Fleet Featherstone. I appreciate your viewership so very much, and I am excited, very excited, about this episode. And I will tell you why. I am excited for multiple reasons, one of which is that I am experimenting quite a bit more on this episode with sound design.
Take a look.
Mixing music, mixing sound effects, doing a lot of my own things. I tend to only do that during flashbacks and cutscenes and stuff like that. But I'll be honest with you, if I watch a segment of one of my videos and it gives me goosebumps, I know I've done a good job of producing something that I'm proud of. And there are multiple segments in this video, even though it's a little less than an hour long, that have given me goosebumps just during production. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. There are some interesting things to come. I'm not going to tell you what they are. And I'm also energized. I am happy to be back doing the story again, producing another episode so soon after my last one. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't entirely thrilled with episode 89, but it was one of those that was kind of utilitarian. I just had to get it done. I had to tell that part of the story and make it as interesting as I could. This one, however, I'm very happy with, and I'm very excited about the direction the story is going. Between now and episode 100, some really cool things are going to happen, and I'm looking forward to the conversation that it generates.
I'd be on the
Let's
first
sell
ship
some
off
crap.
This island if I had the coin. What a waste.
What does this guy have here?
Just what you see here.
I'm not interested in buying your stuff. Ooh, he's got a decent amount of gold. So what can we offload? Look at all that frickin' firewood. No wonder I'm encumbered all the time, carrying around wood. Okay. Well, I may as well get rid of it. Crap is heavy, so I don't need it. I can always gather more if I need it. And I've got potions. Generally, they all weigh the same, so I sort them frequently by value, like I've done here. And then I look at the list, and I say, you know, what of these valuable potions don't I need? Get rid of those. Generate a little cash. Free up some space. Now, regenerate magicka, potions, and stuff like that. Yeah, they're useful, but I tend not to use them for whatever reason. So, hey, 41. Up another level. That's great. We're kind of gaining levels at a good clip now. I think that's great. It seemed like we hit a drought there for a while, where for several episodes we didn't go up any levels. So,
considered looking at my wares today. I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm.
You have friends at the East Empire Company?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself More than once.
Oh, we've had dealings
You
with
know,
Vittoria
the lady
Vici.
who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude. The biggest warehouse they have in Skyrim.
Okay.
Bah, you're just like the rest of the folks around here. Mark my words. The East Empire Company will return to Ravenrock. And when they do, I'll be at the top of their list.
Ooh, excellent. Okay. Should we whistle at this guy?
Huh?
Yeah. Hey, man. Maybe you can help me get better?
It can't be helped.
Ugh. All right. So my understanding is, if I whistle at enough people, eventually I'll get to a point where I will learn how to whistle for my horse. Pretty pathetic that I don't have that yet, considering how long I've been using convenient horses. But it is what it is. Okay. Let's talk to the smith.
You haven't seen Precious Corellius, have you?
No, sir.
That foolish
I have
old
not
man's
seen
taken
him.
my pickaxe again.
Why all the fuss over a simple pickaxe?
No. This isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know.
Can't you trust the guard to find Cressius?
I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Cressius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble.
Okay. I noticed the shadow mark by your door.
It's been a long time since someone from the guilds bothered to make their way out here. So tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart?
He's well.
Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine?
Are you guys sure you're
Anyway,
flesh and
I
blood?
suppose you're looking for
Because
work.
you do not have
Well, I
anything
got
near
bad
the
news.
accent he
This
does.
place is drier than a damn bone.
Nothing at all?
Eager to make some coin, eh?
Yes.
That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle.
The Thieves Guild has a problem out here?
Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it.
What did you do?
A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us.
Haha, Bretons can't be trusted. He stole something from you, right?
That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect.
Where's Esmond now?
Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the Reeklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there.
I'll get that formula back for you.
You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed.
All right, excellent. Got a couple side quests.
It's the only tool tough enough to crack Stalrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Cressius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it.
Is Stalrim a type of ore?
Calling Stalrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that.
I assume it's
I
rare?
don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do.
Okay, we know where the Skull village is. We know an ancient Nordic pickaxe will help you mine Stalrim.
You tell Cressius he better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
Okay.
Find my pickaxe yet?
Jeez. Haven't even left
You
yet.
tell Cressius he better give that pickaxe back to
He
me.
wants that pickaxe
or else.
bad.
Vendel Severin. A pleasure to meet you, sir. Always glad to help, Serio. What can I do for you?
Now through
Welcome back, dear viewers. Sister cometh. But we have other things to do. And chief among those things is collecting the last 2 pieces of gear in the Deathbrand armor set. And I see 2 heat signatures up here. According to our map, this peninsula should contain a chest, which I think is probably very likely, given I see 2 figures up here. So let us get the drop on them. Why don't we try a little poison to up our chances? What do I got? That's nasty. Actually, I have a lot of nasty things here because I'm a pack rat and I don't get rid of it and I don't use it. So we could go with paralysis to buy us time or straight up damage. We'll do damage. An extra 44 points on top of our surprise inner-bound bow, which is equivalent to a Daedric bow. Here we go. Headshot. Bam. Okay, here they come. Who's next? Okay, 1 left. Come on.
Not
Ooh.
impressed.
Ow. Come on, girl. Yeah. All right, I'll take it. Okay. Let's check out this guy here. Is it pirate? Oh, Reaver Lord. Okay, seems everybody is after this Deathbrand armor, which makes sense. It is awesome armor. However, let's talk a little bit about the Deathbrand armor. For those of you who are not familiar with the Dragonborn DLC, the Dragonborn DLC introduces a new ore, basically, to the game called Stalrim, which is what we were talking to Mr. Glover about. Stalrim. You need a special pickaxe in order to mine it. And if you look at that piece of armor right there, it's that blue stuff, kind of shiny blue stuff. He was saying that some people say it is like enchanted ice. Well, it kind of looks like ice. So it introduces this new ore. I think I want to say that smithing it is equivalent to smithing ebony, I think. Here's my problem. Stalrim, in CouchWarrior's humble opinion, is ugly as sin. And can you ever, in your wildest dreams, imagine Fleet wearing a set of shiny blue, ice-looking armor with huge antelope horns on the helmet? I just can't see it happening. I think he would need armor that ugly like he would need a hole in the head. So I would say, no, he's not going to wear that. So here's the quandary I have. In going out and looking for mods, there's something about the Deathbrand armor that must make it difficult to mod. My first thought was somebody has to have a mod out there that lets you just disenchant the pieces and make your own armor with those properties. But there isn't, and the only thing I can think of that might explain that is the interrelationship between the pieces of armor. Each piece of armor in this set is individually enchanted, but if you wear all of the pieces, there are extra bonuses associated with wearing all 4 pieces at once. And my guess is that that interrelationship has something to do with the item's complexity, making them difficult to either disenchant or mod or whatever. Because I have not been able to find mods out there for Deathbrand that do anything but kind of recolor them. There's a nice mod out there that will take the original armor and actually make it black instead of that kind of icy blue color. which is great, but it still features huge horns and just looks weird. It's like, fur and padding and stall rim and giant horns, and it's not suitable for fleet. So I resolved to create my own modification of the Deathbrand armor, and I thought, what if a person was to, rather than try to disenchant it, what if a person was to just crack open the mod, or crack open the armor, and just replace the pieces inside there with the ones I want. Not like a wholesale change so much that, I'm not talking about finding a way to disenchant the pieces individually and then reassemble them in any way you want to by using these enchantments, all that jazz. I thought, what if we just leave it as it is, but I crack open the files and I basically insert my own chest piece, my own helmet, my own gauntlets, my own boots by changing file names, creating backups of the old ones in case I screw it up royally. So I did that, and it worked. So this is going to be interesting. Once we do have all the pieces, it will have all the bonuses that we would expect from the Deathbrand armor, but it will look nothing like the armor from the DLC. It'll look like the armor that I want it to look like. So that's what I have in store. And so I thought I would kind of fill you in on what's going on with that. I may focus on that at some point in a lounge episode. Incidentally, there won't be a lounge episode attached to this story, but I think maybe in episode 91 I'll do an installment of the lounge, and we can talk about that. I maybe just run you through a quick demo of how I did that. It's really not that complicated. It just isn't. I was able to make it work. Now, there are a couple of strange anomalies that go with it that seem to be particular to first-person view, but I do not play in first-person view all that much, so I'm not overly concerned about it. And honestly, the armor is going to be most beneficial to Fleet when he is using his swords. And as you know, I do like to change it up a lot. I like to go with a bow. I like to do stealth kills with a dagger. And every once in a while, if I feel inspired, I dual wield swords. So I think there's going to be many opportunities for me to use the Deathbrand armor, but I will not be using it exclusively. It was just imperative to me that if I was going to use the Deathbrand armor, an out-of-the-box armor from the DLC, that it not be kind of a story-breaking, immersion-breaking, character-defying kind of a thing. I've made no secret of the fact that there's a certain amount of vanity where Fleet is concerned around his appearance. So that armor just didn't seem appropriate. Okay, who's this guy? We will approach cautiously. He doesn't seem like a threat. I'm going to keep the sword and the short blade at the ready just in case he gets aggressive.
I can't get them out. I know things, hidden things, things you aren't supposed to know.
What do you know? Slow down. What are you going on about?
You don't believe me. No one does. They don't want to. I don't want to either. But I can't help it. They're in my head.
Okay. What's in your head?
Secret hidden things.
Secrets? What kind of secrets?
The secret kind.
Ugh. All right, then. Where did you learn these secrets?
The black book. It shoved them in there with black, slick fingers. My fingers are too short. I can't get them out.
Where did you find this black book?
Oh, no, I didn't find it. It found me. Here, I'll show you. See? Right there. But don't go there. You don't want these things in your head.
Telmithrin Tower. We actually know where that is. Oh, hey. Ow. Okay. Sorry, fella. It's all over for you, bud. It's all over for you.
Lucky.
Okay. Well, that was interesting. Scribbles of a Madman. Can't really open it. I guess we'll add it to our inventory and go check it out at a later date. But we know there is something in Telmithrin that is of interest to us. I don't know that it's of enough interest that it would drag us all the way out there to actually look for it specifically, but if we do go out there, we'll make sure to look for it. Whatever it is. A black book, apparently. Okay, let's continue. We have only one piece of this armor remaining. And thankfully, they all appear to be along the coastline, so it should be relatively easy to find it. Okay, we got something up here. Looks like a couple of those wild boar type creatures. We'll give them a wide berth. I don't know that I'm interested in tangling with two of them. Okay, so let's talk a little bit. Here's the map that we were there was so much angst over the last episode. We are headed towards the northernmost mark on that map. There's the last remaining piece of armor. The plan is I'm going to try to retrieve this last piece, and then we are going to head back to Ravenrock, and we are going to lie in wait. If there's any side quests or things that we can mop up right in town there, we'll probably do that. Yeah, this mark seems to indicate I have to make a swim here. The Netch don't seem aggressive, so I'm just gonna kind of swim across to this little island and then hop from there to the other shoreline, or the other bank of this river. Okay. I'm using Aura Whisper here just to make sure I know where all the Netch are and make sure that there's nothing that's going to surprise me on the opposite shore when I get across. Didn't look like there was anything alarming. Well, that's shallow enough to wade. That's good. So I am very glad that you've all been enjoying the story so far. I want to welcome those of you who have finally caught up with the rest of us. It's interesting, lately there has been a rash of new subscribers, people who have been really getting sucked into the story and watching and commenting on multiple episodes a day. I want to thank you all for just really sticking with it and catching up with the rest of us. It's great to have a good crew of committed viewers who like to comment on the story and contribute their thoughts. So welcome all you new users. I would say I'm going to have to do a segment sometime where I just give a little love to all those viewers who comment on such a regular basis and have such great things to say. Really inspires me to continue what I'm doing. So, okay, there were some mud crabs there which we took out, but that seemed to attract somebody else. Oh, it's Reeklings. Alright, let's make a mess of these Reeklings. I don't really know how fast they are or how they're going to react, so let's see if we can maybe isolate one. Here's one way over on the end. Well, he might be a hard target. Yeah, right in the brain pan. Okay, are they coming? Nope, they're sitting tight. Fish in a barrel. All right. Well, apparently Reeklings are not going to be a threat to us, assuming that we can neutralize them from surprise. So that's good to know. We're learning all the time about our enemies. Okay, here we go. Here's the last chest. And our last piece of armor. And then from there, we make the trek back to Ravenrock. Okay. Come on now. Hey, that was quick. Alright, we got gauntlets. Oh, look at that. A barrow key. And the barrow key is going to add yet another task to our journal. These Reeklings always have an interesting assortment of junk on them. Look at that, a plate. They are the purest form of scavenger you'll find. All right, let's check it all out, and then we are going to head back to Ravenrock. Well, we have accomplished our goal, dear viewers. We have acquired all 4 items of the Deathbrand armor. And I understand that in this light it is difficult to tell what is going on with it. I've obviously done a replacement. If this were Skyrim, it'd be obvious. I've got a few bandits here that I'm going to sneak past. We're not going to get engaged with these guys. We are just going to pass through like smoke. They'll never know we're here. So what I've done is I've taken a mod that has been mentioned on this channel before, one that I've had my eye on for some time, and I've chosen to use it as the replacement for the Deathbrand, which again we will be using periodically for this character. The modded armor that I chose is called Contractor. It's a lot of black, it's a lot of metal. There are quite a few variations or different flavors in this. There's kind of a couple variations on the pants or the legs. There's also a masked version, which I'm on the fence about whether or not I like. So there you have it. Let's invest in health again. I really would like to try to get that up to 200. And then the question, of course, is do I remain disciplined or do I go for something a little bit more showy here? If I was going to be disciplined, I would probably go with enchanting, but if I'm looking for a little bit more glitz, I might go one-handed and maybe increase the speed on my dual wielding. Let's look at dual flurry. I got one more level I could get in dual flurry. 35% faster. Let's go for it. Let's be frivolous this time around. And we got a couple followers going up levels even.
And when the world shall see.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to go back to the Retching Netch, to our room. We will get a little rest. And then we will make our plans. Plans that involve ambushing a Bosmer assassin. I think the next episode could be very exciting. And I hope you will join me for it. Here you can get a little bit better look at what I've done. The preview images are still going to be the standard Skyrim armor. But we do have some variation now in how it really looks in practice. And this will be a nice addition to our wardrobe. Well, we've reached the end of another episode, dear viewers. I want to thank you for taking the journey with me. And until next time, may all that you do be swift, quiet, and deadly. And to all Skyrim assassins, I salute you. Silence is our battle cry.